Bob, your fans on Facebook, they all wrote down some things they wanted to say to you. Kendra Clarkson just said hugs to us both, which we like her hugging us. Robbie Barrett, he said he'd like to buy you a beer. Do you drink beer, Bob?
No, Robbie, I don't drink beer. I drink lots of tea, but I don't drink beer. But I'll have a cup of tea with you one day, maybe.
All right. Brandy Shepherd, Feldner, she said, hi, Bob and Colin. I love you guys, and you're an inspiration to what she does, do what she does. I want to kidnap you, and I can do it side by side with you for a few days. I've dreamed of meeting you, Bob. Love from Cleveland, Ohio in the USA, mate.
Oh, well, you can actually come and kidnap me any day you want to kidnap me. That'll be fine. Then we can wander around the Australian bush and just have a good time, eh?
Beautiful. That's from Brandy. Now, Kirsten Massabo, she said, Bob, what are the chances of you putting a stop to Aboriginal hunting worldwide?
Well, that's actually a tricky one because although there is some problems with traditional hunting native animals, in some instances it may very well be justified. So we can't have a broad thing like that and say we ban it worldwide, but we certainly with our dugongs and turtles in Australia, it's something that we actually have to stop, or we are going to lose our beautiful animals.
Righto, mate. Esther Jensen, she writes, thank you so much for what you do, and was wondering, how did your passion start to save and protect wildlife, and what do you think schools could change to involve kids closer to nature?
Well, I was actually one of those lucky guys that had parents that allowed me to go out in the Aussie bush and just muck about like little boys do, play up sometimes, of course. But I just got used to all the nice creatures in the bush from an early age, and realised that they were all kind of special, whether they had scales or they had fur. It didn't really matter to me.
Yeah. Now, Cranky Annie, ALM croc hunter. Now, she's an absolute passionate fan of yours, and she dresses like the croc hunter, and she wants to know when she can come over and help save some wildlife with you, please, and she's begging you. She loves it.
Oh, golly. I'm sure there's plenty of wildlife that she can save in her own country for a start. That's where she actually needs to be starting. And Colin, where's Cranky Annie from?
She's over in the USA, mate. She's over
all right.
She suffered badly through the big hurricane too, and she just got back on the air.
Oh, what a!
She's a special lady.
Yeah, that was a bad thing. Well, yeah. Annie, one issue that both Colin and I are really, really passionate about over in your country there is that rotten, stinking rattlesnake roundup. And mate, you try and get your teeth into that and see what you can do.
Beautiful, mate. Now, Ryan Donovan, he's been harassing me this morning. He wants you to answer his question. He says, Bob, he's a big fan, have been for a long time. Loved hearing you on Urban Jungle Radio. Hopefully hear from you again soon. What advice do you have for the younger generation on conservation?
Well, I guess the most important thing for our kids is to understand how important all of those beautiful creatures out there are to our own survival, really. And there is some good programs in the schools, and hopefully there will be a lot more. And that is actually the secret. We actually have to educate our children.
Beautiful. Now, young Esther Jansen, I think she's young, she said, thank you, Bob and Colin. Cheers from the other side of the world. It's just saying g'day from Esther Jansen. I'm not sure which country she's in.
Oh, how are you, Esther? I hope everything's going well with you. Colin and I are fortunate. We're going to be playing with turtles this morning, so, it's going to be a good day.
And Anthony Lukajiak, I always have trouble with his surname. I met him down in Melbourne. He came to the casino and met us there in front of all the security for my safety and Rupert's safety and Jeff's safety. We met there and we had a bit of a meeting, and Anthony come along. He's a passionate wildlife conservationist. He just recently did some work at the Australia Zoo on the voluntary program there. He did a week there, and he's a real passionate young bloke. He just says g'day, and you're doing a great job, Bob.
Well, yeah. Hi there, Anthony, and thanks. Thanks for looking after Colin. He needs a lot of looking after too.
And your old mate Corinne, she said have a good time, and you need to have a rollie and a coffee now, mate. Now, people don't understand what a rollie is, mate, but
hi there, mate. It's it's good to it's actually good to catch up with you again. And right at this moment, I'm having a rollie and a cup of tea, Corinne. So, I'm off to an excellent start this morning. All the best, mate.
And our mate Justine Seymour over there in Sweden.
Hey, Justine.
She just said, the marine and wildlife are also suffering the effects of the Australian inland gas coal seam, Bob. Now, she's been one of our most passionate turtle campaigners. She's also a real passionate coal seam. Now, you reckon this gas coal seam is fantastic, don't you?
Colin, I think it's one of the greatest disasters that Queensland have seen anyway for a long, long time. They are just totally destroying our land and our oceans, and we've actually got to put a stop to it. But that's one of those ongoing things that we'll be fighting forever, I think, and hopefully at some stage that they will self-destruct.
Righto, buddy. Now, Ivy Lividity, she's got a strange request. She says next time you're hanging with Slash, can you steal one of his guitar picks and send it over to her?
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure about that, Ivy, because Slash is a pretty big bloke, and I'm only little. If I start stealing stuff off him, I think I might be in trouble.
Right, now Alice Muir North, she wants to know what a rollie is, Bob.
Oh well, a rollie is it's just having a smoke, and I know I shouldn't be smoking, but that's just how it is.
And Cedo, you met young Cedo here in Cairns once, and he said, how long before Tony Burke gets a blackened eye for his efforts on eco vandalism?
Oh well, mate, I'm on your side with that. I just hope that one day Tony sees the light and starts to make some better decisions.
And Crystal Poyfair, she's a mate of Brian Barczyk. She's also a herper and got a little business over there in America.
Oh, hi there, Crystal.
She wants to know who these two good-looking blokes are in the photo. Now, I know who one is, but who the hell are you?
Yeah, Crystal. I was really fortunate to meet Brian only a matter of a few weeks ago, and a great guy, and really passionate about his reptiles. And I actually spent one day with him out at our property at Camp Chile, and had an amazing time.
Robert Kilpatrick, he says, words can't describe the large amount of love we have for you both and what you've done. Never give up. He said it's numbers that change things, and it will happen. So it's just a words of encouragement from Robert Kilpatrick, mate.
Okay, thanks, Robert.
Now, Dingo Simon says, when is he coming back here for a cuppa and a chinwag?
Oh, hi there, Dingo. Oh, yeah. Well, we haven't caught up for quite a while, but both of us are busy, I guess, and as long as we're working for the same cause, one day it'll probably happen.
Yeah, and Gracie L. Matarana, apologies for the pronunciation, she said, preserve the dugongs and congratulations. So just words of congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
And Alice Muir says, thanks, Colin, a small learning experience for my day. That was the education on the rollie. I did write what it is, but you've explained it, so... She also says, thank you both for every effort you make from Vancouver over in Canada.
Oh, well, yeah. It'd be pretty cold over there now, wouldn't it? They'd be having winter time, wouldn't they, in Vancouver?
We could use a bit of that, mate. We didn't sleep too well last night.
Yeah, she was certainly a bit warm here last night.
There's Jenny Gilbert. She said she'd love to catch up with you too, and we're going to do that today, mate, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I can't wait to actually catch up to Jenny. She's, she's one of those really, really special people that we need more of, and I just think that Jenny Gilbert is the best thing since sliced bread.
Julie Wright, she's a shark lover, and she says, what's your take on the West Australian decision to cull great whites? What do you think about that decision by another pack of morons?
I think it's, I just think it's totally wrong, and those of us that have had anything to do with sharks and have had to dive with them over the years, or to have some sort of association with them, understand just what a beautiful creature they are. And of course they've got a role to be in the ocean, and they do excellent work. So we should actually protect all our sharks.
And Mako Mick, he's a mate of yours and mine, runs TASFA, the Anti-Shark Finning Association.
Yeah, g'day Mick.
He just says, no question, just pass on my thanks for the tireless efforts for wildlife. I take it Bob already knows this, but it's always good to remind him that he does a great job.
Thanks, Mick.
Now, Katie One, she says, a writer that works as a journalist wants to interview both of us in the coming weeks. Are we up for that, Bob?
Oh, of course we are.
Righto, buddy. Now, down to Barbara Trott. Barbara Trott says, I really want to meet Bob. I always regretted not meeting Steve. I agree with Brian, but I'm in the US. What can we do to help from over there?
Well, as I was actually saying to somebody else just a short time ago, there's wildlife issues all around the world, and anybody that's in over there in America, one of the really, really bad things that takes place over in that country is that rotten rattlesnake roundup, and I'd like to see that come to a halt. And so anything that you can do to actually stop that terrible slaughter is a bonus for any country.
Now, Laurel Frawley, she just says, just say hello, and she says, do you need any help down there at Kingaroy?
No, mate, no, everything's, thanks, thanks for your offer, but everything's going along really, really well there. We've had a reasonable season, and all the animals are happy, so I'm happy.
Beautiful. Helen Harrop, she just says, say hello and thanks for all the hard work you do. And I reckon that you're a fantastic wildlife conservationist, and she certainly respects you. I sort of shortened that a bit because it's a bit long.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, thanks, mate, for your good wishes.
And Diane Stackhouse just says, look after the turtles, please. And we're certainly doing that, aren't we, mate?
Oh, we are. Turtles are really special, and when you have the chance to actually swim with a turtle, it's a wonderful experience.
Terry Keenan, he wants to know how they can help save the Maui dolphins. Now, there's only 55 of them left, and Big Scotty Bowman, he's leading the charge in New Zealand over there, so you probably just want to urge, Terry to get behind Scotty and try and get the issue out there.
Yeah, just keep working hard. That's pretty much all you can do.
And Diane Stackhouse just says, try and save the whales, the dolphins, and the dugongs, and every other animal, and we agree with it, don't we?
Oh, we do indeed.
And Katie Sweeney says, she finishes it off on this one, let me know if you're having a coffee or a beer and I'll join you. If you have the guts. Well, I've got plenty of guts. Everyone's seen that in the pictures. And give Bob a hug for me. So that's from Katie, and she lives here in Cairns.
Oh, hi, Katie. Yeah, well, we're, Colin and I are having a cup of tea at the moment. And a rollie, actually. Another rollie I'm having.
Another rollie. You like your cup of tea, though. You're drinking out of my turtle and dugong mug, which is a good thing, Bobby.
Yeah.
Now, just to finish off, mate, I did post it again yesterday to remind people that you're going to be here, and if I can get the page to move down, I'll get down there. Scotty Bowman, our big mate over there that had the car accident.
Hi there, Scott.
He just said, good luck, gents. He's a
Thanks,
champion,
mate.
champion guy.
Yeah.
Him and I are on a mission at the moment, and I won't tell you what it is, but it's probably a mission that'll save both our lives. Paddy Brady says, "Gosh, I sure hope the government listens now. Such beautiful creatures are so endangered. If anyone's going to convince them from banning hunting and dugongs, you too can." So we have great faith in us. She has. So that's from.
Thank you very
Paddy.
much, Katie. We'll just keep working at it, and hopefully people will begin to see the light.
And Donna Ludwig, who's an artist, she does some magnificent paintings, and she said, "You two are legendary blokes." Well, I agree with one part of that Bob is, and you two have great minds. Well, I agree with half of that too. And when two great minds get together, great things happen. Keep up the good work and the greatness.
Thanks, mate.
Right, everybody, now Bob's honoured his pledge. He told me he'd answer as truthfully and possibly he could, and